and gentlemen, according to the regulations of the Frontier.
Been awake for like 24 hours. Have another 8 till my flight, and they're making a McDonald's. I've made it to Rome after 40 hours of travel. Fucking tired, need a shower. Waiting for my bus at the moment, and then heading to the Airbnb. Not Airbnb, I'm staying in a hostel for 2 nights, and then I'll probably leave Rome and come back later because it's fucking expensive. Getting the bus. So here's Rome. This is like some dodgy train track. My hostel is like down dodgy the train track. But yeah, my hostel's down this way. I think I'm like halfway to it. Okay, so first proper day in Rome. Just wandering around from the Airbnb. Straight away. So, yeah, Colosseum at the end of the street. Oh yeah, one thing like Rome is famous for is like drinking fountains. There's a lot of drinking fountains in the town, in the city. One of the cool things is though, like, there's also like sparkling water drinking fountains just for free. I mean, I don't like sparkling water, but it's cool that there's an option. Here's another little forum. There's no, yeah, I've got a SIM card this time as well. Last time I was here I didn't have a SIM card. So it's actually quite nice. Apparently I overshot the Pantheon, but it's just down the street down here, like 3 blocks. Built by Hadrian? Is it Hadrian or Trajan? And it was built as their mausoleum. But then it was never used as their mausoleum. Or maybe it was for a short amount of time and then it got repurposed into just like a general fortification. Yeah, it's a kind of cool mausoleum. It's annoying me. I'm just going to quickly Google if it was Hadrian or Trajan. Google to the rescue. It was Emperor Hadrian in the 2nd century. So yeah, built as his mausoleum, never used. Ended up being used by other governments just as a general fortification. Like I said, I think the door over there is the entrance. So it's still really early in the morning. It's like 10, exactly 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Yeah, it's like 12 euros to get in here. Even online, you can do it for 17. Yeah, cheaper to pay in person. I see you there, pigeon. Is this your little castle? Yeah? Looks pretty good. Here's cool. You can see the original foundations of the 2nd century Hadrian building. And then the renovation on top is part of the fortress. I think there's like multiple renovations turning this into a fortress. Pretty interesting. The original structure was way different. It was just like the square walls and this. Okay, so my phone just filled up with recordings, but thankfully I have an SD card in here. I thought it would have been recording to the SD card. Recording is really killing my battery. These things down like the bottom, which I thought were cannonballs. I was like, they're too small to be cannonballs. They're kind of like this, but way smaller. And I get it now. And this is definitely a place that a 10-year-old Dylan would fucking love. It's a fucking catapult. I don't think I've ever seen an old catapult. It's pretty cool. Very happy. Phone is starting to run out of battery, but I just love this original wall. It's Pretty amazing. Okay, so I got a nice sandwich. Oh, look at that. The babies. Baby crows. This place is so crowded. I don't know why anyone would actually want to spend time here. But I got my Hong Kong in, so it means I'm coming back to Rome. If I can get out of here. So behind me over there is fuck, my brain is so scattered. Columns that I believe were erected by Hadrian, the same Hadrian who the mausoleum belonged to. But the cool thing about these is that they're part of the Roman Forum, of course, and they've actually been re-erected to give a better scale of what it used to look like. Because previously, all of this stuff was on the ground, so they've been erecting it over time. But these towers have only been erected recently, which you'll be able to see in a second, as they still have the scaffolding up on them. But yeah, it took a lot of research to work out how they originally were, so they could give a better sense of scale. And yeah, here it is. So yeah, these columns over here, the one sitting on top of the others, recently erected on top of the others and restored. You can see, I don't know how well you can see, you can kind of see on these towers over here. Oh, this one over here is perfect. You can see the original marble and then the patchwork stone, or brickwork, they've put in to help support the towers so they could show us what they originally looked like. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty crazy just how important this location was to ancient Roman culture. It's pretty awesome that it's still maintained. I also didn't realise you can go down there. But yeah, all the research I did has definitely saved me a lot of money on tours. I need to sit down and draw soon. Pretty dodgy little 5-minute sketch of the Colosseum. Doesn't really do it justice. Yeah, it's pretty chill at this time of day. I think everyone's going to have food. A nice sunset over there. Yeah, it's chill. Well, this has made my day a little bit better. What is your name? Or are you just a fat park cat? Yeah, you're just a fat park cat. And you look a bit fat. You're a little bit fat. Pretty successful first day in Europe. It's 8:07 at the moment. I'm gonna head to, what's it called? Fucking Traverse? Can't remember. It's one of the hipper neighborhoods in the city and a good place to get dinner. Yeah, they actually do some street cleaning around here. I never really see that here. The streets are so fucking messy as hell. But I guess at some point they do have to do cleaning. Or it would be like LA, San Francisco. It's definitely not like that. I think one of the main differences between here and American and Australian cities, as far as the hygiene on the streets, is just the way that their budget has to be spent. So like in Melbourne, for example, like most livable city, depending on who you talk to, the streets are incredibly clean. We have very good facilities, just everything you need. But we don't have ancient monuments to maintain. And I could imagine if you only have one government, like one city council, that needs to maintain all of just the modern facilities and maintain ancient facilities or ancient monuments. The ancient monuments are probably going to get what's priority. So I think that's what we see here. Is just a lot of the public-facing monuments are very well preserved. They have a lot of money put into them. And then you'll walk down just a residential street and you just see trash everywhere and weeds growing out of the sidewalk. But then if you go to like a monument that's off the main track, they're generally more run down as well, which I think is probably just a matter of their budget. Like, it must cost a lot of money to run a city like this. I mean, sure, they have a lot of money coming in through tourism, but that's not like direct income to the city. Like, in some ways it is through taxes, but that's not enough to pay for all of it. So obviously it is, because they're doing it, but there's a lot more that could be done. That's a rant. I'm just ranting at this point. I do need sleep. Mentioned is the forum. Why is my phone still being so dodgy? This footage is all going to be unusable. My feet are killing me. I was gonna talk about something, so I pulled up my phone, pointed it at me. The second I pressed record, I was like, I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about right now. I just realised I've walked down this street before in 2019. Yeah. Last time I walked down this street though, I felt pretty sick because I ate way too much food and then had a tiramisu on top of it and a glass of wine. Yeah, it was a bit much. probably check my map. A little bit worrying. It's day 2 of these shoes. Well, yeah, in Rome. I've had them for longer, but this blue stuff, that is actually the inlay of the shoe, like the actual sole. It's just completely fallen apart. I don't think these shoes expected this much walking. Fuck. Like I said, I did buy some inlays, so I can put, like, I just tear these ones out and put in the others, but shit. One of my feet are sore. That's not even where my feet are sore though, it's like up in the fucking bowl of the foot. Ugh. Overheating a bit now again, but fuck. Yeah, look at that. I might just head home, I don't know. It's like nearly 8:30. I should probably get something to eat. When I say home, I mean the hostel, of course. Let's see how far I am. I'm in Trevar. Yeah, however you say it. But yeah, the Tiber River. It's fucking beautiful. Look at those trees, running water. Pulling out my phone, hitting record, and forget what I was going to talk about. Last time I hit record, I was actually going to say, last time I was here, I walked 26 kilometers in the day. So I'm interested to see how much I've walked today. I could check now, but I'll wait till I get back to the hostel so I have a better understanding. Another crazy thing about here compared to Australia is like, a cold beer is cheaper than cold water, but they have drinking taps for free all over the streets. It's really weird. I think that's one of the reasons why Australia can support such a big craft beer industry, is we have such high prices on liquor that it can allow small businesses to thrive, which is really interesting. I think I'm happy paying more for a beer if it means for, like, yeah, getting small, local, independent products compared to here where it's just like all Peroni, you know, those kind of Italian beers. Interesting how much like your stream of consciousness just comes out when you're alone. I'm not the kind of person to normally just stand around and talk to a camera, but when you're in a country and you don't know the language, it just feels good to talk through what you're thinking about and experiencing. It really just it cements everything. It allows you to think about it in a different way, remember it in a different way. One of the main reasons I'm doing this video is for memory. I love looking back at my vlogs from 2019 and being like, oh, I remember doing that. It's worth doing. Document your trips. Draw, write, record videos, do what you have to. Yeah, so I've walked past many restaurants. They've all looked about as good as each other. I think I should just sit down in one. Yeah. Like I said, just finished a delicious meal. Made the same mistake I did a few years ago of getting an entree. This time I was smart enough not to force finish the main, because man, I feel full. A delicious glass of wine too. The wine was really nice. So Google Maps is taking me back over the Tiber River. You probably can't see down there because it's pretty dark. But this is kind of cool because it's taking me over the bridge, which has a little island in the middle. And this island has the hospital of Rome. They may have more than one hospital, but it's like the main and oldest hospital. It's kind of like a mark of your Rominess. Like if you were born there, then you're more from Rome than another person from Rome who was not born there. It's kind of funny, but yeah, it's meant to be a really nice building. Apparently you can go in there as a public, but you know, this is something a little bit disrespectful about exploring a hospital. They got a little weir down there, I think. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Creating a bit of noise, a bit of rapids. Thankfully, the distance I have to get home is on the lower end of what I thought it would be. It's 4 kilometers. Google reckons it's going to take me 50 minutes. But that's probably about right. I should probably check my map and see where the hell I'm going. That's cool. Everything here is cool. Everything is cool. Good thing I checked my map, because that thing that said looks cool. Complete opposite way to what I was meant to be walking. I'm meant to be walking towards this cool thing over here. This is another one of these facts I half know. But these stairs behind me here, really cool. They seem like normal stairs, right? But they're not. They have one very, very special thing about them. I suppose two. One, you can see that this is more of a ramp than a staircase. There's a good reason for that. These stairs were designed to enable carts to go up and down them, which is really cool in my opinion. And this staircase and the square at the top, I think was designed by Da Vinci? Can't remember. It was someone quite famous, one of the people on that level. I might need to pull out my Google for this again. Okay, so it wasn't Da Vinci, it's Michelangelo. Yeah, this staircase for carts and people, designed by Michelangelo, as well as the square and the design itself, which is very geometric. A little bit hard to see from ground level, but you can see, yeah, we've got these geometric patterns, all leading to a central star, which is, yeah, highlighting the statue in the center. It's pretty cool. Michelangelo. Guy knew his shit. It's so weird, you grew up knowing all these names, and then standing in a place they designed just seems a little bit surreal. As an Australian especially, like, our culture is very new and very borrowed. It's cool. There's something great about the way teenagers are just so oblivious to the world when they're in love. There's a group back, like a couple back there, just full on making out in the center of the street. I mean, it's Rome, but it's just, yeah, it's always a little bit weird, but to them it's not. They're just in their own little world, in their own little world of love. It's kind of beautiful. People are cool. Every time I travel, it's just what I'm reminded. Everyone is cool. Everyone has a story. Looks like fun. Everything in Rome is not how it appears. Everything has been reconstructed. And the Colosseum is a great example of this. It was only until like the 18th century that it was turned into this, what we see today. It'd been around for 2,000 years, it'd been forgotten, completely buried, not completely buried, half buried. Half the structure was missing, and in the ruins had popped up a heap of apartments, people just building brick buildings. Yeah, and then the Colosseum was seen as what it is, and efforts were made to restore it to as close as they could, which basically meant removing all of those apartments, reconstructing half the building, supporting it where need be, and we have the Colosseum of today. Pretty cool. Definitely should try and get to sleep soon, because check out like 11. Really need to work out where I'm going. How am I still sweating? It's 11 at night. Yeah, so I just checked out of my hostel in Rome. I booked a train ticket for like 30 AUD to Naples, and it leaves in 2 hours. Oh yeah, so pretty close to the train station now. It's like a block or two that way. I think it's just like, it's more like a block, but it's 2 streets. It's like 5 to 11, no, 1 to 11. Wait, 3 hours to kill. My train is at like 1 something. I think maybe I should check my train time. Maybe it's at 12 something. Yeah, so it's at 12:50. So I have a little under 2 hours, but I got this massive bag on. So I've got to just find a park and do some drawing. I'm pretty hungry, and I haven't had pizza since I've been in Rome. And I mean, I don't know, it seems like a little bit of a weird time to do it now, seeing I'm going to Naples. You know, the place where pizza was invented, but I got 2 hours to kill and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna find either some pizza or a sandwich or something like that. At the train station like an hour and a half early, but don't really want to carry my bag around for that long. I got some food, so I might just find somewhere to sit, if that's possible. This place is pretty busy. Yeah, so I made it to Naples.